it's Mighty Morphin 2010. Hello Tokusatsu community and welcome back to Toku Topics. Today I wanted to take a look at some of the MMPR 2010 figures. Yesterday I did my very first video in the Toku Toy Line series where I took a look back at the whole 2010 Mighty Morphin toy line, and feeling in the mood for Mighty Morphin 2010, I bought some 2010 stuff. So I did not own any of this stuff prior to the making of the video, except for the Fat Deluxe Dragon Dagger, that lightsaber one that I showed off in the video. Well, a friend of mine on Twitter, Blade Raider, we were doing one of our Soda Pop live streams on Saturday nights, which you guys should definitely check out on the Soda Pop YouTube channel if you don't already know about that. And basically, we were talking about the brand new Shoto Super Ranger set of candy toy figures, and Blade Raider is talking about how he was selling MMPR 2010 figures on Twitter and a whole lot, and I bought the lot. So he gave me a pretty good deal on them, and they're mostly complete. And today I'm going to get to take a look at them here, because, I was in the middle of making the video. I've been working on that video since August, and I got these at some point in September, I think. It could have been October, I don't remember, to be honest. And I've had them for a couple weeks, so I want to take a look at them. So I've already opened a little bit of them. I opened up him to take the thumbnail photo in yesterday's video, so there's that. But yeah, he gave me the whole team, along with green, of course, and armored red. So I've kind of opened up some of them here. The rest are here. So let's go ahead and open them up from the bubble wrap prison. So here is Trini. So we got that one here. And then we got Adam. I don't know why I said Adam. Zach is what this is supposed to be. And Billy. So here they are. And here he is. So we got those. And of course we got this little baggie of the accessories. I do believe that he said that the power bow was missing, which is fine. So interestingly enough, looks like we have the whole power blaster, the combined power blaster, which came with the putty. So no putty in this lot, but we do have the all combined power blaster, twice actually. Wait a second, do these combine? I thought they didn't combine, and in the video I said that they didn't, and I could have been wrong. Uh-oh, was I wrong in the video? I actually have no idea what is happening here. There's just 3 power blasters. Okay, so that's a thing. But yeah, none of these are separating, so okay, just 3 power blasters. Okay, I thought there was individual weapons. I could be insane. Here's this. These are the armor pieces that these all came with. So we'll go ahead and just dump those all out, along with some of the power coins and such that they came with. So make sure I grab. Oh, I'm crazy. I'm not crazy. There are power weapons. I knew there were from the photos. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize that there was going to be 3 combined power blasters. Alright, so let me open this baggie here. And there are the weapons. Okay. Now we're in business. So how did this work? Okay, yeah, there's 2 power swords, which makes sense. Everybody has a blade blaster. Okay, alright. So let's take a look at this. So yeah, Mighty Morphin 2010 basic figures. So, these are like 11 years old. Thank you to the car alarm going off in the background right now. Gotta love living in the city. So yeah, I think it's pretty nice for what it is. These were like cheap figures. I believe they weren't even $10 when they came out 11 years ago. And for the time, they're pretty decent. I collected my very first Power Ranger figures I ever had, which I do not have with me right now because I'm up on my campus dorm, but were the Samurai figures, Samurai and Megaforce figures. And those were this scale, more or less. So like the 3.75 4-inch figures. I know my buddy Corey, that's his favorite size scale. And I like it too. It's a nice little size scale. Obviously, you have really weird proportions on some of these. You have these giant arms, giant fists. You have these really huge pins in their shoulders and such like that. And all their articulation that they have is you can just rotate the heads around. You can rotate the arms around. You can move them up and down. You can bend them right here. And then you can rotate them there. Move up. Barely move down. Move out. Rotate at the boot, maybe? Yep. And you can bend at the knee. So Obviously, not the most articulated figures in the universe, but there is that. So yeah, there's red. Anyone want just good detail? Wow, they did not mold the power coin. I can't believe they didn't mold the power coin on these cheap little figures. But yeah, here is his backpack. Wow, it still works. So it still lights up after all these years. That's pretty incredible. Yeah, for whatever reason, I think you could have them stand on these. So if you wanted to go all Green Goblin on them or something, I guess, you can have them have a glider. Sure, I don't really know. Like, what is this supposed to be? Is this a bird? It looks like a bird. Then you can combine them on this giant back peg. You can slot this in there. And then now he has, like, animarium armor from Olive Force or something. And will that let him... He can still stand with it. So, kinda, as I say, as he falls. They also came with, I don't know, were these color-coded? I don't believe that they were. But they came with these giant claws, which I think you can have him hold them. Let's see. Because I think you can use them as weapons or as feet attachments. So you can have him hold them as claws, or obviously there's the giant peg, so you could have him have some skis. Because... everybody remembers that episode in Mighty Morphin when Jason went to the ice skating rink and had giant falcon wings and maybe a pair of skis if any of these would peg into the other foot. Maybe he'll just have one ski. I'm not sure. We'll find out here in a second. There we go. So you can do that. So if you wanted to do that, I think this looks a lot better on Armored Red. But I don't think can you do it on Armored Red? Okay, yeah, there's pegs on the back of the armors. So you can do that. Oh, we should probably armor him up, or armor him up. He's already armored up. Get him some weapons. So there's his power sword. Obviously just cast in all black plastic, but it's a good mold. They do have like kind of the coin there and everything. But you can take what you can get, along with this huge blade blaster. This might even be too big for the Lightning Collection blade, for the blade blasters. But compared to the power sword and the power weapons, this thing is absolutely comical. And then there's a peg on it, if you want to peg it into there or only there. So, MMPR 2010, everybody. So we'll just have him chill back there. We'll take a look at some of the other guys here. So here is Zach. Obviously, these two are just going to be the same thing as Jason, but with new helmets. But obviously the helmets are not the best, but I mean, for what these are, for how cheap they were back then, they definitely are passable. This is the figure that the whole toy line leaked from. There's a photo of this figure in the RPM commercial, and that's kind of what led to this being found out. Here is Billy, whose helmet just looks really squished. They like squeezed in his visor or something. It looks kind of strange, but still fun nonetheless. So there is that. And let's look at the female mold. So I think that they definitely did change the male mold when it came to Megaforce and Samurai, but these ones are very similar to the Megaforce and Samurai female figures, like very much so. So here's Kimberly here. I think that's supposed to be green eyes on her helmet, not the gold paint. So there's that. I think the chest is a little too big for a female figure. I hate when they do it to make it that unrealistic, in my opinion. And of course, she has like the thinnest arms in the universe, because that's just what they do. Basically exact same levels of articulation, except you have this completely plastic rubbery skirt. So leg articulation is going to be completely non-existent, if she will even stand at all. But she might. Yeah, all right. And then same thing with Trini. I know the female figures are almost on a ball joint with their heads. More or less, but they did accurately not give her a skirt, so that's nice. But they did make it in the female mold. Technically, to be more accurate, you would have done it in the male mold, but like they always do Trini in female molds, which makes sense. If you gave her a skirt, it'd be Super Megaforce accurate, but Super Megaforce and even Gokaiger didn't even exist when this toy line came out. And then we have these guys. So here's Tommy, of course. So we have the gold Morpher. They did get that detail correct. No diamonds under the shield. Bandai, I can't believe you didn't paint the diamonds under the shield. How dare you? I kid. You do have the gold armbands and everything. I think the helmet looks pretty good. So, you know, simple. They were able to pump this out 4 times because they gave the dragon shield to everybody. They gave it to Jason, of course, regardless if they use it or not. They gave it to Jason, they gave it to Zach, which is also accurate. Then they made one for Billy with the dragon shield, which I actually want that figure just because it's the only time that Billy's ever gotten a figure with the dragon shield. So if anybody has that for like a reasonable price that doesn't want it anymore, I might be interested, just letting you guys know. Because I just think it's a cool thing. I kind of want to own that. But that's why I bought these. I bought these because I was interested in the toy line while I was making the video. It also, it's just fun for the novelty. And this was a good haul. I think I paid with shipping, I think it was like 60 something for all of these, which, you know, it's a little less than $10 a figure, I suppose. So I thought that was reasonable, so I was good with that. So yeah, here's Armored Red, one of my all-time favorite forms. So any figure I get of Armored Red, I can never have too many figures of Armored Red, basically. I love this suit so much with the dragon shield. I don't know why. I've just always been really drawn to this. And I kind of have a little mini MMPR Red collection. It's one of my all-time favorite suits. So like even just having the Red Ranger figure from that purpose alone, I thought was great. So here he is here. And yeah, and then we can kind of take a little bit more look at the weapons. We'll pose these guys and oh no, we were so close to having them all standing up. But we'll pose them, it doesn't matter because we're going to pose them in a team pose at the end. But aside from, and there goes Kimberly. Aside from like 100 different blade blasters, here's the Power Lance. No separate versions, I believe, just a combined big staff. Here's the Power Axe. Looks like it's in axe mode, so you can't do gun mode. I mean, you can probably have him hold it in gun mode, but you can't slide the little middle piece down. You do get power daggers. So here they are there. Kimberly would have a power bow, but I know Blade Raider told me he didn't have the power bow, he couldn't find it. And that's fine, completely fine. We have the Dragon Dagger, which I think technically, did that come with both Armored Red and Green? Obviously Green would have it. I don't think Armored Red is supposed to have one either, because there are 2 power swords here, so I'm definitely sure that Armored Red came with one of the 2 of those. But we do have one Dragon Dagger, and then let's see, we have Green's back piece, which still lights up. We have blacks, yellows, pinks, and blues. So, and then probably enough armor pieces. 1 power coin, so that's cool. A Tyrannosaurus power coin. It says Power Rangers on the back of it there, so pretty neat. And there is that. And let's see, how many of these do we have? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we have 6 of those. So I don't think Armored Red came with one of those. Armored Red actually might have come with a combined power blaster. I'd have to look at the pictures again, but it's just funny that we have 3 of these, 3 combined power blasters. Wow, like very differing conditions. Like this one is a pretty good power sword condition, but then look how warped those 2 are. So what a fun figure line. I do like these a lot. But what's cool is that we do have all of these guys from 2010, which I just bought from Blade Raider. But there's one figure that I've had since 2013, and that's this one. So this one is, I mentioned it in the video, one of the times when they re-released one of the MMPR 2010 figures, specifically armored, Mighty Morphin White, metallic armor white, I suppose, kind of. This was under the Metallic Force branding. So I bought this during Megaforce. I got it. I actually have 2 of these. I have one that I bought from, I think I got this at an Ollie's. I want to say I got this at like an Ollie's in like 2014 or something for like $5, maybe. And then my dad like bought me a second one. It's like a Christmas gift because he didn't know I already had this, because he also bought it for like $5. And so I've kept that one in package for like almost a decade, because I've had 2 of them. So, and also I collected the Megaforce cards a ton, so I wanted that for that. And I didn't have any Mighty Morphin figures at the time, really. So this is my very first Mighty Morphin White figure. So I've had this one for about 8 years, give or take. And it's more or less, it is just the Mighty Morphin White figure from the 2010 toy line, but done up in this kind of pearlescent, shiny, not really silver, but like, it's a good look. I like this figure actually quite a bit. Obviously it's simple. I have his Saba holding it so Saba can talk. Of course, he can hold it like the sword too. But since it is just the Mighty Morphin 2010 mold, it has those giant hands, and it does have that back peg. So it does fit with these, which is just funny because I've had this figure for so long and nothing to peg into that into that back peg, but now I can. So that's kind of cool. But yeah, one way I can show off the evolution of the 2010 line. He also came with a power coin. He came with a little Tiger Lord coin that I do have. I just didn't bring it up here with me because I didn't originally have this figure up here with me, but when I knew I was getting these guys, I threw them into a box the last time I went home to bring them up here for this video specifically that you're watching right now. So yeah, that's a fun one, and obviously it will go perfectly nice with these guys. I don't really care enough to track down like a original non-pearlescent metallic force MMPR white, although I do want to get a metallic force MMPR red because of the fact that it is another MMPR red figure. I think the metallic red looks really nice on there, and it comes with a Mega Force power card that I don't have, so I probably will try to track that one down. I think it goes for like $20 or something on eBay, which is like double what it retailed for, but that was like 10 years ago, so I might try to track that one down. In fact, I might do that pretty soon, who knows, because I kind of want that now. But yeah, this is Mighty Morphin 2010, just a little taste of the action figures. And once again, want to give a huge thanks to Blade Raider for selling these on Twitter, and I was happy I was able to snag them up for this. And now they're just going to be fun little additions to my collection. I definitely have my good share of Mighty Morphin figures at this point. I have the whole team in this line. I have the whole team in the Lightning collection. I got what I need, and these are fun. So let's pose some of these guys. All right, well, I did something with it. I'm not really sure even what I did here, but I have some of them on the gliders, especially Tommy, because now he really is the Green Goblin. And I have some of them with the claw arms, some of them with the claw feet, which a lot of them, these all stand so much better than I thought they would. You can kind of have sort of an action pose going, because you see I have Red's leg at an angle, and he still stands perfectly fine. Look how dynamic these are. So it's a fun little figure line. It's not the most sophisticated thing, and I would not pay tons of, it depends on the aftermarket prices for these guys. I would not pay a ton of money to track these down, but when the circumstances, came, I was like, all right, let's do it when I had the opportunity. So, just a fun thing to take a look at, and I do like them. I do think that they are fun in their own right. You can get some decent poses out of these guys for what they are, but they have a certain novelty to them. And a good way to pose with your Megaforce figures. If you have all the Megaforce figures from the first year, these will not scale with what they did in 2015, or 2014/2015 with the Legacy figures. Not the Legacy, not the Legacy figures as in the 6-inch $20 ones, but the Legacy figures as the movie ones and the Mighty Morphin ones they did at Toys R Us, which I would like to revisit as well. Those ones, they did not scale with the original Megaforce. They scaled with Super Megaforce. These scaled with the original Megaforce. So two entirely different scales of Mighty Morphin figures that could scale with the anniversary season if you wanted to do something like that. But these would also scale with Samurai. So Samurai, Super Samurai, Megaforce, and Mighty Morphin 2010. A good little 4-year period of time where the figures were all more or less the same idea. And as most Power Rangers figure scales, they had to do a whole Mighty Morphin team. I think you can get a whole Mighty Morphin team in a good amount of Power Rangers figure scales because it's the Mighty Morphin team. Of course, Legacy and Lightning have finished it. Of course, this finished it and a bunch of other stuff. Not hard to get a whole Mighty Morphin team in the same scale. But yeah, this was fun. I like to take a look at these. I hope you guys enjoyed this video as well. It was more just kind of a turn on the camera and play around with action figures for 20 minutes. But yeah, that's all I got. So thank you all for watching. Until next time, you can follow me on Twitter at LivingRangerKey or at LightningFigPR. Leave your comment down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on these figures. Did you get all the rest of them? Pretty much the only ones that they released that I don't have here is the Zordon and Alpha 5. That would be a fun one to get. The Putty Patroller, which I would like the Megaforce version of because I want that card. Metallic Force Red, the translucent ones where all these gold pieces that they came with were silver. Zed and Goldar are pretty much the only ones I don't have. And I'm so stupid. I have the Samurai Rita figure. I have that figure and I didn't bring it up here to pose with these guys. I should have done that. Crap. But yeah, I can scale them with that now. But yeah, that's it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.